be more than human.
Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Joseph Carroll. I write under the pen name J.R. Carroll. And today I am going to be doing my top 10 favorite sidekicks of sci-fi and fantasy. Now, people's interpretation of what a sidekick is will vary. So if you have a different opinion of what they actually are, throw it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button. And we'll jump right in to the list. So, number 10 on my list is from a new series that I just started. And her name is Urine. Urine. And she is Lyndon's sidekick from the Cradle series in book one, Unsold. Um, she is a master of the sword, and she's hell bent on revenge when Lyndon finds her and kind of makes a pact with her. And and I don't want to give too much away. I have a review up on it, but yeah, she is a total badass, and you know, there it's kind of a partnership. I'm really looking forward to how it kind of evolves over time. But it's always good to have like the most powerful person in your general vicinity on your team. So um, she's coming in at number 10. She might raise up over time, but it's a good addition to my list of kind of sidekicks here. Number 9 is now this is can be a debate because in this universe it's like who's the main character and who's the side character is really convoluted. But um, I am picking Talk the Younger as the main character, and Tool is his sidekick, in my opinion. And Tool is awesome. He's probably my second favorite character in Malazan. And again, complete juggernaut to have. But they're also friends, and when Tool came to that realization, like, yeah, he is my friend. It was just the way it came out. It's kind of like the very kind of mind blowing, like, oh, he realizes he can have friends and and whatnot. Um, but their conversations are really good, and he does have a slight bit of humor to him, but it's very dry. Um, but yeah, Tool is pretty cool and has a really good backstory. So number 8 on the list of sidekicks is Candy from the Sandman Slim series. And again, she is Sandman Slim's sidekick, mainly books 2 and 2 and heavily into 3. And she's also a love interest. So that's, I guess that's always good for a sidekick. But I mean, she is a Jade, which is in Sam Slim's universe. It's kind of a sort of a vampire-ish monster, and she just tears people apart. And she's basically perfect for Sandman Slim because he's kind of turned himself into a monster as well. But yeah, I mean, she's the way she just is. She's described as super sexy. She's funny, very loyal to Sandman Slim, and that's what you want, right? Number 7 is a character from the Expeditionary Force, and he is the sidekick to kind of a. There's the main group who are known as the Merry Band of Pirates, and then there's a kind of a side group called the Mavericks. And Emily Perkins runs the Mavericks. She's the main person over there. And her kind of number two in charge is Sergeant Jates. And he is a Kristang, which is kind of like a lizard people, is the way to describe him. And he is absolutely hilarious. He's if you just picture a drill sergeant and kind of ratchet that up to 11. If you've ever watched any military movies or shows and you know the guy named Gunny, he's very much like him. I mean, he has, like, there'll be super serious moments, and they're just doing stuff, and like people will, especially whenever people want to kind of give up, he always has a fun, like, he plays it straight, but it comes out super funny. Um, and I can't say enough good things about the Expeditionary Force. So if you haven't read those books, jump on over it, and once you get to Jates, you will love him. He, he is the funniest character in a funny kind of sci-fi space opera. Number 6 is from the Dark Tower series, and it is Susanna, but more specifically, she has multiple personalities. And my favorite, she's the sidekick of Roland, the main character, and her personality that I like the most is Detta Walker. And Detta Walker is ruthless. She'll do what needs to get done, and she doesn't take crap from nobody. You know, even though she doesn't have legs, she is probably the most, outside of Roland, she's the most dangerous. And one of the things she likes to say is, when you're messing with Detta Walker, you're messing with the best. And you'll find, so do not mess with Detta Walker, or you'll end up with a bullet hole in the head. Now we're getting into the top 5 here. And number 5 is he's one of the best characters ever. And in this top 5, I kind of could go back and forth. And some people might think that this would be further up my list, but number 5 is Bob the Skull. Bob the Skull is Harry Dresden's encyclopedia, computer. He's an air spirit that dwells within a human skull that has all kinds of wards laid upon it, and he helps Harry with formulas. If Harry needs to know anything, Bob's got the inside track. But Bob is also a pervert. And he loves reading romance novels and going off and making mischief and saying inappropriate things at the most inappropriate times. And that's why I love him, because he's just hilarious. You'll notice a lot of that on my list. I love funny characters, but also, he cares. He cares about Harry, and he's kind of anyone who has possession of him. He kind of starts feeding off of their energy and kind of becoming a little bit of their personality. So he kind of mirrors Harry a little bit, but just dialed all the way up. But Bob the Skull is awesome, and if you listen to the audiobooks, James Marsters is dead. Like, that's the best voice in all of the Dresden Files. So now we'll come to number 4. Now, one being this high up the list, I've only read one book in the series, but I've watched 3 or 4 of the movies, I think. And that is Ron Weasley from Harry Potter. Now, kind of the reason why he's up so high is because I mean the way J.K. Wrote him is like everybody had a Ron, a kid who's like, he's not super smart, he's not, tough, super tough, but he'll go to bat for you. He's the best friend of best friends. He's like, no matter what, if we're gonna get, who cares if we're gonna get beat up? I'm there to get beat up with you, Harry. Or we're definitely gonna lose this, but you know what? We'll do it together. Um, just a great best friend, and looking back, we all have that Ron from school. So she wrote him perfectly. Now number three, we're getting up there to the best of the best. So number three is Karen Murphy of the Dresden Files. She is the perfect contrast to Dresden. She sees things that he can't see, being as though she's a human and a cop. She can't rely on magic or supernatural strength or power, but she has a great eye, for being a detective and knowing when danger is around, and she truly loves Harry. Um, and that makes for the best of sidekicks, and of course we got to be with her for 20 years, so I mean what better sidekick can you have, really? But there are two ahead, and I went back and forth, and I could have just flipped a coin, uh, but we're gonna go with number two, Skippy the Magnificent, another character from the Expeditionary Force, and he is he is an AI, and he is the main character, Joe Bishop's. Um, they turned into best friends. I mean, if you've read the series or listened to the series, I mean, they are the epitome of best friends. They break each other's balls. I mean, they just say the meanest things to each other, but they love each other, and they always have each other's backs. Anything, he's a super powerful, millions of years old AI, can do, space magic, and he does anything he can do to help, save Joe and the Merry Band of Pirates. And Joe, anytime that Skippy's down or can't do it, Joe will do anything he can to save Skippy. I mean, he loves him like a brother, and that's also another aspect you'll see in my list, is like kind of people who are friends that have turned into family almost. And that brings us to numero uno, the number one sidekick of all time, in my opinion. And that is Dandelion from The Witcher. Geralt's best friend, um, biggest reason he gets in trouble. Um, it's just reading. I've been through the Witcher books twice, and played The Witcher 3 for hundreds of hours back in the day. But he is the quintessential jester character that every serious story needs. But he kind of plays that reason that Geralt gets dragged into things all the time. You know, but Geralt, again, they love each other like brothers, and Geralt's like, okay, you got me into this mess. You're in danger, but I'm still gonna come help you, no matter what. Um, and the adventures that they go on, and the drama that ensues because of Dandelion, are epic, to say the least. So that is the end of the list. Let me know what your list is. Top 5, top 10. Throw it in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be doing a giveaway here at 300. We're more than halfway there now. So I'll see you in the next one.